Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have the pleasure of sitting down with one of our finest firefighters here in the city of LaGrange, the accreditation manager, Mike Webb. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, Mike, you know, I want to start out by saying thank you all for the very hard work and the work that you all do here in our community. And one of the things that I know that you all just recently completed, I know that you're very, very proud of this accomplishment, is that the LaGrange Fire Department is now accredited. Before I get into that, I want people just, if you don't mind, just introduce yourself once again. Tell us a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind, Mike.
Mike Webb. I've been with the department 22 years, rank of sergeant. My current
position that you do.
Yeah, my current
so many hats that you wear, right?
Yeah, I am the accreditation manager, so I work in the office to keep that going. And accreditation is a living document. It's continuously evolving as our department evolves. So it's something I have to keep up with, you know, on a daily basis or weekly basis.
Oh, okay. And then, you know, you guys were just, I guess, acknowledged and also presented the accreditation plaque about 3 weeks ago now at the mayor and council's meeting. And this is a big milestone for the LaGrange Fire Department. The police department has been accredited for a number of years. Let me just ask, as the accreditation manager, talk a little bit about what are some of the criteria that they're looking for the fire department's accreditation. Well,
there's 10 categories that we have to write to and answer questions on. Those go from anywhere from finance to firefighting to EMS, rescue, aviation. You know, our times as far as response times.
Okay.
We have to answer to those. So it's a lot. There's 3 documents that we have to have completed before we can even be considered for accreditation. We have a standard of cover, which kind of defines our department and how we do things.
Okay.
And then there's a strategic plan, which is you know, our plan for the next 4 to 5 years. And then the self-assessment manual, which is those programs, you know, like the fire and the EMS. And there's 10 categories there. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of man hours, not just from me, but from this whole department.
Absolutely.
This is not something that I've done by myself. We accomplish this as a department.
Oh, okay. And speaking of that, I know that you all have a team. There was, I know there was 4 of you all that was present, along with other firemen there at the acknowledgement. Talk about the team, Mike, if you don't mind.
Well, we have 4 deputy chiefs. It's Chief John Brandt, Chief Willie Bradfield, Chief Chad Dallas, and Chief Philip Rice. You know, they were instrumental in helping me with this process, and you know, and not just them, but I mean, we had other people in the department writing this criteria that we needed.
Okay.
You know, we had input from everybody. This is, you know, like I say, it's not just something we do, you know, in my office. This is a department-wide thing. It's
a team. It's a family. It seems like I know that like the police department can become a very close-knit, family-oriented. And you guys, you know, you eat, sleep, breathe,
yes,
do things together. And basically, you know, not just the team, but as you stated, the entire fire department.
Right.
And then now, what's the frequency now? I know that in the police department, they go back to get recertified each year or so many years after. Would that be the same standard?
Yes, sir. Each year we have to send in a annual compliance report.
Okay.
And then on the 5th year we will go up for accreditation again. So we'll have to go through the whole process again. They'll have a team that comes here, evaluates us, and then we'll go to, you know, if they say, hey, you're ready, we'll go sit in front of the commission again in 5 years and hopefully presented that plaque again.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about, because we know from the police standard, I don't want to continue to compare you guys, but that's the only, you know, knowledge base that I have with the the police department's accreditation. What does this mean to the citizens of LaGrange to have their fire department accredited?
Well, accreditation is a continuous improvement process. So we're continually working to improve what we do and how we do it. And this process shows us where we need to improve. and we have made great strides since I took over to become accredited.
Okay.
We had a peer team came here in June of 17. No, I'm sorry, June of 16, and they evaluated us. We had 53 recommendations when they left.
Okay.
A year later, when they came back, we had 13.
Oh my.
So we worked really hard to get those down and get to where we needed to be.
Very good.
So that team leader said that he had never seen a department with that many, and on the second visit,
very good.
That few.
And I guess recommendation, if you're going to compare it to an audit, that's like you don't want to have audit findings of that number. You want to make sure you have as few as possible, correct?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Very good. Well, Mike, you know, again, I just want to say congratulations to you and the men and women that do the job that you all do on a day in and day out basis, and putting yourselves in harm's way at various times. And I want to transition just a little bit now, Mike, because unfortunately there was an incident that happened on September the 4th that some of our firefighters were injured. And I know that you have been in communication with them. And I just want to transition in, and I want to try to keep it so that we don't get emotional. I know that, again, it's a close-knit family. On September 4th, we had 4 officers, Pete Trujillo, Jordan Avera, Jonathan Williamson, and Josh Williams, all sustained some injuries in a fire. Can you give us an update on those gentlemen at this time?
Yes, sir. 3 of them are at home. Pete Trujillo, I talked to him. He was on the way back to Austell for a checkup. He was just having a little bit of pain in the back of his legs. He was going to get dressing changes, and they'll evaluate him to see if he needs more surgery for skin grafts. So we'll know more this afternoon about him. Jordan Avera, he will go back tomorrow to be evaluated, have dressing changes, and see where his progress is. Okay. Jonathan Williamson will be going back tomorrow for surgery at Austell, and they'll do some more skin grafts, and we hope that'll go well. They're all in really good spirits. Josh Williams is in Augusta. Okay. Josh is going to be there for a while. He had the most severe burns and the largest portion of burns. Okay. But got an update before I came here. He had a really good day yesterday. He actually got up and was walking around in the hall. Very good. And maybe the first time he's been out of bed walking on his own. Very good. They got there this morning. He was sitting in a chair feeding himself, which is a big accomplishment because 3 days ago he was on a feeding tube. So, and that was just because he couldn't feed himself and they needed to get some nourishment in him. Okay. So they're all in good spirits. So even Josh being up there. So they're expected to make a full recovery. Very good. And come back to work. Jordan actually was supposed to start rookie school the Tuesday, which would have been the 5th. He was supposed to start rookie school, and his mom told me earlier that he was bouncing off the walls because he can't stand being in the house. So, but they're doing good. Very good, very good. We're just glad they're here. Absolutely, awesome. That's a great. We appreciate you giving us that update. And again, I want to move it now because we have seen the outpouring of support from the community for these men, and not just these men, their families, but for the fire department. There are a couple of fundraising events that are going to be taking place. There's some fundraising events that are already taking place. I know that right now you guys, there's a T-shirt drive going on. Talk about that if you don't mind for us. We have a T-shirt, and actually that ends today. Okay. We had to have a cutoff, and so I don't know how many shirts we've sold. Personally, I've sold over 200. Oh my. And it has an American flag with the red stripe in the middle. Okay. With their names on the back. So it's a pretty cool looking shirt. Okay. We've been selling those. I put it on Facebook, and my messenger blew up. Took off, right? Yes. Absolutely. So that's been a great thing. And I understand too that you all had it was a boot drive, I think, out at Kroger. Yes, sir. A couple of weeks ago. We done that this past weekend. Okay. On Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right. Raised quite a bit of money for that. And then Callaway High School coach Wiggins contacted me and said, hey, we want to do a boot drive at the Troop Callaway game. So I took him boots, and they passed the boot around at the game. Was able to raise a good bit of money. You know, the outpouring from the community has been incredible.
Absolutely. Well, you know, that's one of the things I love about this community. Whenever there's a need, people come together. They cross all the various lines, and they meet the need of the individuals at hand at that point. And I also know that, Mike, you all have some upcoming events that are scheduled too. There's a motorcycle ride that's coming up.
Yes, there's a motorcycle and a Jeep ride on October the 6th.
Okay.
We'll be leaving from Troop County Parks and Recs on Lafayette Parkway.
Okay.
The ride will last about an hour and a half. They'll come back. We're going to have barbecue.
Oh, man.
It's $25 a vehicle.
Okay.
And $5 for every person that's, you know, over the, you know, of course you're going to have one, but extra persons are $5.
Okay.
They'll get one barbecue plate with that $25, and then other barbecue plates will be sold. We've had an outpouring from vendors, you know, just donating whatever we need.
Okay.
For this. So it's been incredible.
Very good. And then the last one, I know that there's a golf tournament that's scheduled the 8th of October as well?
Yes, sir. That's at Highland Country Club.
Okay.
It's a 4-man scramble.
Okay.
I think it's $400 a team.
All right.
And, you know, Highland Country Club golf course is not open on Monday, so it'll be just for the people in the tournament. And Deputy Chief Mike Williams from Troop County is heading that up.
Okay.
It's been incredible that Troop County and West Point have stepped up and said, hey, we want to help whatever we can do.
Very good. Very good.
So we've formed a little committee to kind of keep up with everything, and so everybody is on the same page, you know, and we're keeping this going.
Okay.
These guys are going to need a lot.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
Families can't work right now because they're having to take care of them. It's kind of funny. Jonathan Williamson was at the admin building day before yesterday, and his wife said it's like having a newborn that can walk and talk because he can't do anything.
Can't do anything for himself.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny. But he was in good spirits, you know. So it's good to see him out and about.
And that's half the battle, I think, a lot of times. If you keep your spirit up, know the people around you to support you and do what you all are doing, and I think they can look back, and you were sharing a story before we came out. I won't get you to share the story, but I think it's just tremendous. Mike, as I close out, if there's somebody that's watching that they still want to contribute, is there a contact number that you can give that they can get in contact with you or someone that's collecting on you all's behalf?
Yeah, you can call my office. The number is 706-883-2666.
Okay.
And, you know, I can give you information. If you look on our Facebook page, the flyer for the golf tournament and the Jeep and motorcycle ride are on there.
Okay.
It's LaGrange Fire Department on Facebook. They can look on there.
Okay.
They can message me on there. So I'm not in my office much right now.
I understand.
Helping out on shift.
Absolutely.
Till these guys get back. So.
Well, very good. Well, again, Mike, I want to just thank you for coming on the show today. You guys do a tremendous job, and by all means, our prayers and speedy recovery will be out to not only these 4 gentlemen, but to their families and to the family of the fire department. So thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule to come on and just give us an update on all these things that are happening within the fire department.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week in just a moment.